Good morning, Fort Atkinson High School, and welcome to this week's WAG.
It's a new day and a short week. Let's make it better than the last. I'm Zobin.
And I'm Aiden, and these are your morning announcements for this Monday.
It's a bright new day to learn, grow, and make a difference.
Let's move on to some updates and news.
On the first day of break, Wednesday, boys wrestling will be starting their season with the varsity scrimmage at 12:30 here at home in the auxiliary gym.
After a big Thanksgiving meal, on Friday, our boys ice hockey team will travel to Cedarburg for a 5:45 duel.
Then on Saturday, they hit the road again for an opponent with our boys hockey team taking on another road game.
Hello, my name is Keith Van Gilder. I'm your nutritional director, Fort Atkinson School District. Here we are in the high school. Most of you would recognize this is the main lunch line. Every day in the district, we put forward about 1,700 entrees between breakfast and lunch at our 6 locations.
Alrighty, so what do we have going on here?
So in the main high school kitchen, you students are lucky enough to have our a la carte, which offers a lot more selection than middle school or the younger kids would get. So what you're seeing are people putting together, lead cook Lynn, Shelly, cook's assistant, putting together our a la carte needs. You probably don't know, but we'll sell anywhere between 48 and 60 wraps a day. We don't do our pre-made salads anymore because we brought back the salad bar after a few years of it being gone. And in the far end down here, that's where we've got all of our ovens. Hot food is made always for high school. Sometimes we ship out hot food to the other elementaries as well. Depending on the difficulty of the cook or what's involved in the menu, it might be done here and shipped out. If it's easy, they can certainly do it at their locations.
Awesome.
So like I said, the high school kitchen is the biggest kitchen, kind of considered a commissary. Like Whole Foods makes a lot of their things in Chicago and then ship out throughout the Midwest. So we do a lot of that here. We're blessed with a nice big tilt skillet. Closes, tilts up such that I can get out 180 pounds of taco beef, things like that in one batch. Over here, this is a kettle. This also has the ability to tilt. I have made chili for the whole school district here. 30 gallons at a time. So the fact that we have all of these tools at the high school means we're really quite lucky. There are a lot of districts that don't have kitchens that do much more than keep up what we call brown box food, which are the USDA chicken nuggets, French toast sticks like we're doing today on the menu, easy things. Because we have all of these tools, we do a lot of scratch cooking. The goal here is to put forward at least 2 from scratch lunches every week. That might not sound like much, but it takes a lot of labor on the days before to batch cook for 1,000 or 1,300 units. And as well, sometimes we have call-ins. So when there's not enough people to do the work, you might see that menu change to something that's a little easier to put forward and those kind of numbers.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Thank you. So these are our hot boxes. When we do send out hot food to the other locations, these get plugged in the morning, stay very hot, keep things above the 140 degrees we need, usually more toward 180, something nice. And obviously, if you look around the kitchen, everything is very orderly. So if you know anything about cooking or restaurant work, you know that people like to go in and see nice, clean, orderly environments. I was discussing with you, Landon, that it's Friday, everybody, is kind of a less impressive day to walk through the kitchen because I don't have an obvious $2,000 worth of produce sitting in there, beautiful colors, a nice stock cooler. What we do have is we have what we need when we need it. Hopefully no more, hopefully no less. So we run lean, we have to consider budget, but we also want to consider making you all happy, making food that tastes good, so that you eat with us, and then you come back, and you come back, and you come back.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Welcome to our walk-in cooler. Like I was saying, on Monday mornings early, our produce is going to be dropped off. Produce orders are usually a couple pallets big, so this whole wall will be full of broccoli, our lettuces, cucumbers, tomatoes, whatever specialty things you might have, if that's cilantro for a Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Other side, we're going to have our fruits. So typically 6 cases of pears, 6 cases of oranges, maybe 8 cases of bananas coming in every week, 12 bushels of local apples coming in every Monday. So Mondays are a big day. That's also when we get our food order from our distributor. So that's also going to be another 2, 3, 4,000 pounds of food dropped on Monday that we get to push into this cooler or our outside freezer, or if we need it immediately, into our inside freezer. So guys like me and the ladies, of course, when we need to do inventory in these environments or putting away those big orders, Mark and I usually have winter coats here in the building. We always have gloves because we're going to be in these cold environments for a long time. It's part of the not so impressive things that we get to do in food. But again, you know, if you want to respect what you need, keep it orderly, keep it fresh, use, you know, mantras like first in, first out, rotating that stock, then you're not wasting money, you're keeping people healthy. There's a lot to consider when you're doing food.
Yeah.
Inside freezer. The inside freezer is my least favorite place to work. But we do, again, keep things nice and neat. I know how many hamburger buns we've got left over. We keep some catering items here, things we don't use very often. And then if we do happen to make a little too much of some item, depending on its ability to reheat, we will serve it. And it's not necessarily my favorite moment to put out a French fry twice cooked. But again, you know, we're a school. We're not the Four Seasons, and we do what we can with the budget that we've got. Hopefully we're doing a pretty good job for everybody.
Alrighty.
All right, let's get out of here. It's
Yeah.
freezing.
Ready?
All right, welcome to the office. So yeah, as a director, I need to consider things by the week, by the month, by the year. So I was just finishing putting in orders for next week. That entails looking at the menu. We've got software that help me write the menus because there are definite regulations that we need to adhere to. You might wonder why you see beans, garbanzo beans, baked beans, refried beans. Well, we have to serve legumes twice a week. So there are some things that are certainly stipulated, and these software help me consider those needs, the caloric needs, the fats, the sugars, the salts, those things that we're really supposed to be watching hard. It dials us in with our recipes and lets me know that we're hitting the right amount of grains, we're getting the legumes, we're giving everyone the caloric intake they need. And if I need to drop in an extra breadstick or whatever I want, then I just do that. Yesterday, we did Korean meatballs for the first time in a couple years with a gochujang sauce. It's really good. But I didn't know if the younger kids were going to jump at that. So their menu also included a little chocolate chip cookie, just a little enticement to get the kids to try something new. So this is where I come to write menus, to look at our budgeting. I've got white dry erase boards over here. Every kitchen, every chef kind of lives off a dry erase board. There's nothing better than writing out those things you got to do for the day, except crossing them off once they're done. That's a good feeling. And there's a lot of lists and a lot of things to consider. I've got 24 staff members to take care of and 6 locations. So all in all, like I said, we'll do about 1,700 meals a day. And at the end of the year, that dials into about 250,000 meals.
Wow.
So yeah, we are the busiest restaurant in town. except maybe what, Fireside? They might do some numbers too.
Yeah. So
And their prime rib is better.
Konrowski was voted as Teacher of the Week because she's survived more chaotic lab groups than what scientists see in a lifetime. She's a great teacher and unfortunately did not want to appear on camera, but she left us with a few words. I am honored to be selected as Teacher of the Week. We have great students here at Fort that make teaching easy and fun. I enjoy sharing my passion of science with students and seeing them geek out over the content like I do. I also love being able to make connections with so many students and hear about all the cool things they say involved in and outside of the classroom.
This week's Student of the Week is Kat McCalmont. She was unable to be on camera but has provided us with this statement. It's cool being picked for Student of the Week. The best part of FAHS is the teachers and my friends I get to see every day. Konrowski says Kat is a very hard worker. She always puts in the work and understands hard concepts and then will help her peers who may be struggling. In class, she always has a smile on her face and offers answers to questions asked.
Our inspiring quote is, "Strength isn't born in the moments you win. It is forged in the moments you refuse to give up."
On the topic of inspiring people, today's positive shout out goes to our IT staff members for maintaining and managing our school networks. Even when the internet isn't working and things are confusing, we thank y'all for the ability to surf the internet and enhance our education.
We have some amazing technology that makes our learning better, faster, and easier. Give them a round of applause. Also, just a reminder, there will be no WAG next week due to a Thanksgiving break. Have a fantastic break and see y'all on the 8th.
That's all from us. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week.
See you all later, Fort Atkinson High School.
At Fort Atkinson High School, we are respectful, responsible, and involved. And we know that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Have a great day. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.